Afternoon, everybody. Welcome back into Sports Intel. My name is Matt, and we have a very exciting Monday night for you in the world of sports and sports betting. Not only do we have MLB playoffs, but we also have a doubleheader for Monday Night Football. So what I'm going to do today is do a little dual multi-sport parlay tonight. So let's jump right in. First off, New York Yankees versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Game 1 going down at Petco Park in San Diego, as all of the playoff games from now on will be played at neutral sites. The Yankees will be sending their well-paid ace Garrett Cole to the mound in the hopes of winning this all-important opening tilt. Now, Cole is phenomenal during the regular season. He's coming off a very, very good performance against the Indians, where he fanned 13 batters in 7 innings, did not issue a single walk in that game. He became the first person since the late Tom Seaver to do so, and he did so just a few days after the legendary pitcher's death. Cole traditionally has done well against the Rays, especially in the ALDS, where he faced them twice as a member of the Astros. In those games, Cole went 2-0 with a .57 ERA in 15 2/3 innings. However, Cole seems to have lost his edge a little bit against this team since coming over to the Bronx. As a member of the Yankees, Cole has faced the Rays 3 times, but his numbers are in stark contrast to those as a member of the Astros. He went winless into his tries and ended up with a 4.96 ERA at the hands of the Rays. He also gave up 5 home runs, which coincidentally is the most any pitcher has single-handedly given up against the Rays in 2020. Ji-Man Choi in particular has Cole's number. He's got 8 for 12 with 3 home runs and 3 doubles against Cole. Now, one thing to note is that Cole has pitched much better than switching out Gary Sanchez as his catcher. He now has Kyle Higashioka. My bad, I'm going to butcher that name. But he's been doing much, much better with him behind the plate, and obviously I expect him to be the catcher tonight. This does take a little bit of power out of the lineup, but to be fair, Gary Sanchez hasn't really been lighting up the scoreboard much this season, so I'm okay with that. Rays will counter with their best arm at Blake Snell. Snell's numbers were not all that this season. He went 4-2 with a 3.24 ERA, but he does have a Cy Young under his belt, and he's really dominated the Yankees in the playoffs. In 11 innings, now not a huge amount of work, but in 11 innings, he's got a .82 ERA and held the Yankees to hitting just .148 in the playoffs. And he's coming off a very dominant win in the wild card round against the Blue Jays. He held the opposition scoreless over 5 2/3 innings, and he spanned an impressive 9 hitters in that short span of time. Now, the regular season Yankees have fared better against Snell. They've left him with a 4-6 lifetime record and a 4.31 ERA. So it's a bit this and that when it comes to this matchup. In short work, in 11 innings in the postseason, Snell's really had the Yankees' number. But if you really look at the more of a extrapolated timeline, Yankees actually kind of hit well against him. So I don't know. We'll see. Despite the fact that these two teams will be starting off with the 2 best pitchers in baseball tonight, I really like the over-under here. It's 7. It's just a little bit tempting to pass up, especially with the offenses the 2 teams have. They've been scoring machines in the playoffs, both these teams. The Yankees have averaged 11 runs in their 2 games against the Indians, while the Rays scored 5.5 runs. The Yankees also surrendered 6 games, 6 runs per game. And like I said, Cole struggles against this lineup. And as I said, despite Snell's postseason success against the Yankees, overall numbers against this lineup are not great, and the Yankees do enjoy hitting quite well against left-handed pitching. So I say take the 7 while you can get it. Would not go any higher, considering the chance that both these pitchers could go lights out mode, and then we really have to rely on the bullpen to get to those 8 runs. Next up, New England Patriots and Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to shift gears to the NFL. Sadly, 2020 strikes again and gave Cam Newton COVID right before this really, really great matchup. So now we get Patrick Mahomes and Brian Hoyer. Great. Line jumps from 7 to 11, and honestly, I feel like it could be a bit more with Hoyer under center. Hoyer has a unique skill set when it comes to NFL quarterbacks. He combines both poor accuracy with questionable decision-making. It really sets him apart from the rest of his peers. He barely completed half of his passes in 2019, went 50-50 with touchdowns and interceptions last year. So let's see, we got a quarterback that can't really pass, and he can't really run. So we have a system designed for Cam Newton, a speedster quarterback with a cannon for an arm. And now they got Brian Hoyer starting. I honestly don't know why he's the backup quarterback for this team, but I'm sure the decision was made by people much smarter than me, all right? Now, I hate to shit on him so much, but the fact is I'm surprised, like I said, he's even their quarterback to begin with. Patriots also lose their second best rusher. If you go by total yards, Cam Newton also leads the Patriots in rushing attempts. So now we're taking this game plan and making it really one-dimensional on the running side. this becomes a huge issue. When you take into account the Patriots' mighty defense now is ranked 27th in the league in passing defense overall. Now, many point out this tough matchup against Russell Wilson might have been the cause for that. I ask you, why would we expect Patrick Mahomes not to put up the same kind of game as Russell Wilson did? So he's got a ton of weapons, knows exactly how to use them, and is now facing a depleted defense with a really, really depleted offense. I'm happy to take the Chiefs here at the 11. I'd go up to 12, but anything under 12, I'd be happy with getting this line here. And it's at 11 at many outlets right now, like I said. So, as always, best of luck, everybody, and we'll catch up again soon for some more picks.